What does it mean to do two things at once? How about if you do just one thing at once? That's what you're about to learn. Hi, I'm Jeff, and this is Essential English Expressions, where you learn step by step how to use the expressions and phrasal verbs that will make your English come alive. In this episode, you'll learn how to use the expression at once. This is a funny one because you can do one thing at once or you can do multiple things at once. But those two mean very different things because at once can mean to do something immediately, or it can mean to do two or more things at the same time. If that's confusing, don't worry. We'll clear up all your doubts at once. Before we dive into the expression, I wanted to remind you that each episode of Essential English Expressions has a webpage with a transcript, translations of keywords, a quiz, and a full-speed version of this audio. There's also a practice area where you can use the expression in a sentence and get personal feedback from me. To get all that, just click the link in the show notes. Now, let's dive into today's episode. At once has two meanings, and they're very different. To make things even more complicated, neither meaning really has anything to do with the word once, which means just one time. Here are the two ways to use at once. First, it can mean to do something immediately, without delay, without waiting at all. If a child is misbehaving, you might scold her and say, "Stop doing that at once." It means stop doing that right now. The second way to use at once is to do multiple things at the same time. Have you made a big mistake at work? Maybe you were trying to do too many things at once. Maybe you were trying to do too many things at the same time. Let's take a deeper dive into the two meanings. The first meaning is to do something immediately, without any delay, without any waiting. It's common to use this in the form of a command. You tell someone to do something immediately. If you have kids, say teenagers or younger, you probably use the equivalent of at once fairly frequently. Imagine you have younger kids. You're trying to get them ready for bed. You've already asked them nicely a few times to brush their teeth, but they're still playing with their toys or watching TV. At this point, you might say, "Go brush your teeth at once." This makes it clear that you want them to do it right now, without any more dilly-dallying, without any more delays, no more excuses, not just 5 more minutes, at once, right now. No delays, no excuse. Go brush your teeth at once. When talking to adults, at once implies some urgency. Someone in a position of authority is taking charge of the situation and telling others what to do. Think of a chemistry lab. A student in the lab spills a harmful chemical. The lab supervisor might say, "Everyone needs to get out of here at once." That means everyone needs to get out of the lab right now. Or Imagine a hospital. I saw one at a busy intersection in Chicago, and I called the police at once. I pulled right over and called 911, and the police came and interviewed me. They asked me what I did when I saw the accident. I said I pulled over at once and called 911. Now let's take a look at the second meaning, to do multiple things at the same time. Are you good at multitasking? That word has fallen out of favor lately because psychologists have discovered that humans are really bad at doing multiple things at once. Sure, we can try, but if we try to do too many things at once, then we won't do any of them well. If you work for a big company, you probably have to attend webinars or big group conference calls. And you're probably tempted to also do something else at the same time. You might decide to listen to the webinar and reply to emails at once. That means you're doing them at the same time. But you know what? We humans are not good at this. Your attention will be on one, on the other, or on neither. But you can't really focus on two things at once. If you reply to an email, but you accidentally send a message to the wrong person, you might have to apologize. You can say, "I'm sorry, I was trying to do two things at once, and I sent this message to the wrong person." A common variation on at once is the expression all at once. When you use all at once, everything happens together. We were just talking about doing multiple things at the same time. All at once is very common here. You might say that a parent was preparing dinner, supervising homework, and keeping an eye on work emails all at once. All these things were happening at the same time. Another way to use all at once is to talk about doing things in a batch. How do you review your email? Do you interrupt your work and read all your emails one by one as they come in? Or do you wait for a few hours and review them all at once? If you review your emails all at once, you wait until a bunch of messages have accumulated, and then you read them in a group, in a batch. A supervisor or manager might say this at work. If employees gradually finish reports, the supervisor might review the reports immediately, right after or right as the employees finish. Or the supervisor might want to review them all at once. That means she'll wait until the work is done. Then, when all the reports are drafted, she'll review them all at once. She'll review them together in a batch. Finally, you can say all at once when multiple things happen to you, maybe not in the same moment, but in the same general period of time. You might get a new job, move to a new house, and start a new relationship all in the same month. If that happens, you can say, "So much was happening all at once. It was overwhelming." That means so much was happening together at the same time. Well, there you go. Now you're prepared to use at once in your English conversations. Remember, the first definition of at once means to do something immediately. It's often used as a command, like if you tell your kids, go brush your teeth at once. But it can also be used to describe immediate action, like when I saw the car accident, I called the police at once. And then you learned at once can be about doing multiple things at the same time. If you try to do too much at once, you will get distracted. And then we talked about all at once, which is similar to the second definition. It's about things happening together. That brings us to the end of this episode. I hope you're enjoying Essential English Expressions. How do you listen to your favorite podcasts? How are you listening to this one? I would recommend listening to one episode per week, but I know some of you out there are going to listen to the whole first season at once. You'll listen to every episode, one right after the other, in a batch. And if that's how you're listening, that's fine by me. However you do it, I'm really proud of you for the investment you're making in your future in English. And if you like what you hear, make sure to subscribe to the podcast because we're already working on Season 2. And after Season 2 comes out, guess what? We'll be working on Season 3. And I don't want you to miss any essential English expressions. So take just a moment to hit the subscribe button, and when future seasons come out, then you will have them right here in your podcast feed. Keep up the good work in English. Bye for now. Congratulations on learning another essential English expression. Now you're ready for the next step. Click the link in the show notes to read the transcript, listen to the fast version of the audio, take a quiz, practice what you learned, and even get human feedback on your work. Essential English Expressions is made by Plain English. Plain English is the modern, fun, and effective way to improve your listening, speaking, vocabulary, and writing. See how quickly you can improve. Sign up for free at plainenglish.com. Hey, you're still listening. That's good, because I have a small favor to ask of you. Would you take just a few seconds to leave a rating in your podcast player? Here's why I'm asking. Essential English Expressions is a new podcast, and I worked really hard on it. I personally spent over 150 hours creating this first season, and I made it totally free. I can only afford to make more episodes if this first season is a success. So that means I need ratings and reviews to spread the word. So if you think I deserve it, give the show a 5-star rating in the app you're listening on right now. If you're on Apple Podcasts, you can also leave a comment in your review. If you're on Spotify, you can rate the show and leave a comment right in this episode. You can do that in English or in your own language. It doesn't matter. Thanks so much in advance. I really appreciate the help.